Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 4, The Last Ball on Earth. Okay, as always, we pick up right where we left off with Yuhua leaving last week, and it occurs to me that since the beginning of this show, I have been pronouncing her name Yuha, and I think it's Yuhua. So, sorry Yuhua. So, everyone's back in the showroom, and I'm learning that this is now the part of the show where we sort of have a bitch sesh. And this time it is drama between Mayhem and Monique. Monique was the captain of the team Mayhem was on. Mayhem wanted to be the narrator, but Cameron took the role because Cameron wrote the part. So it was kind of left up to Monique who gets to be the narrator. And it didn't matter because Cameron did a terrible job with the narration anyway, and I don't know that it would have been any better for Mayhem, although Mayhem was in the bottom 3. The judges asked her a question about who she should have talked to, and she said Monique because Monique was the captain. Well, I mean, that's true. Eureka, stirring the pot, tells Monique that Mayhem threw her under the bus. So now Monique is confronting Mayhem and asking, what, did you say that? What did you say? And here's the thing. She kind of did throw her under the bus because it is true that the final word was the captain's, and that's Monique. But Mayhem didn't fight for that at all. Mayhem could have definitely stood up for herself and said, no, listen, I really want to do this part. I'm going to do a good job or whatever. And I think Monique would have let her do it because I kind of remember her saying, I mean, you know, Cameron notes the words, so are you okay with that? And Mayhem was pretty quiet about it and just kind of gave in. So that's on you, Mayhem. Okay, RuPaul comes out and announces the mini challenge is the art of the celebrity photobomb. Each of the girls have 15 minutes to get into quick drag, and then they have a photo shoot with different celebrities, and those were all pretty funny. You know, I'm new here, but I think they had to have known what celebrity they had or what the picture looked like, because I don't know, they're like in front of a green screen, and I don't know how they understood how to pose with different things unless they knew what the picture looked like ahead of time. But regardless, they all were really pretty funny. And again, I think this whole part is pretty just arbitrary who wins this one because they all looked good, and RuPaul announces that the winner this week for the mini challenge is Aquaria. Okay, Aquaria did fine, but not better than the others, and I think there were some that were better than Aquaria. To me, there's really no rhyme or reason with the mini challenge winners. I will say this though, Aquaria is kind of growing on me. First of all, I think she's so pretty. I think she's the most beautiful one there probably. And even though she's sort of a mean girl and kind of into herself, I find myself sort of rooting for her now. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do a poll question right up here. You guys let me know what you think about Aquaria, yay or nay. Then RuPaul says, okay, I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is global warming is real and the world is coming to an end. The good news is we're going to throw a ball. Okay, so the maxi challenge is each of the girls is serving 3 looks for the end of the world. The first look is called Alaskan Winter Realness. Ru tells them that it should be bathing suits and all kinds of looks for a day of fun in the sun. The second look is called Miami Summer Realness. And for this look, they should come up with fur coats and looks for cold weather. And the third look is called Martian Eleganza Extravaganza. And that is supposed to be a look for Mars, when we all move to Mars after we've destroyed the Earth. So I didn't know how they're coming up with these looks, but I guess this is a design challenge. I don't know. I sort of love that I don't know what's going on here, because every week I'm like learning about the show and how things go. half of the time I'm right, and the other half of the time I'm completely surprised. So what I think is going on here is this challenge is a lot like a Project Runway sort of a challenge, although each girl has to come up with 3 different looks for this. So they all go racing and clamoring and fighting for the materials and stuff. Monet Exchange is like fighting for this red quilted pleather material. And then, oh gosh, who was it? I'm not sure. Was just about dying at how she was just hacking into this, like Edward Scissorhands. Didn't make out a pattern or anything. And she said, oh, I know how expensive that material is, and it is just killing me that Monet is just hacking it up. Oh, side note, there was a little moment, I thought, between Cameron and Ms. Cracker, and I'm thinking they would be very cute together. Now, I don't know this show very well, so to those of you who are familiar with it, do they do that on this show? Like, do they have showmances or little kind of hookups like Big Brother does? Anyway, I think these two would make a very cute couple. Moving on. A good portion of this episode was showing them creating their outfits, sewing and working hard and doing this and that. And Asia, who is like a fantastic seamstress, is helping everybody and telling them, well, okay, if you're going to try and put that in the machine, you've got to put tape on there first, and just being like very sweet and helpful. And somebody called her the Black Martha Stewart. Then she got dubbed Blartha. Okay, oh, also, Vanjie. While they're in the workroom doing stuff, somebody will just come out with Vanjie. And then the others all, it's like a callback. The others all go, Vanjie. Oh my God. I'm not the only one who can't stop. Honestly, again, genius girl. I thought she was insane, but I'll tell you right now, I don't remember what Calorie or Yuhua's exit phrase was, but I remember Miss Vanjie. Vanjie. All right, we have this part where RuPaul comes into the workroom. He talks to each of the girls about what they're working on and stuff, very much like Tim Gunn coming into the workroom on Project Runway. So we get some backstories, and he's asking Asia O'Hara about the O'Hara family. Now, again, this is where I feel like such an outsider, because I guess there are drag families that take on the same last name, I think, because he was talking about all the O'Haras before him. I don't know how it works. I don't know how you get in a family. That part I don't understand. So if anybody wants to leave a comment down below and explain that to me, I would appreciate it. Cracker throws a little bit of shade at Aquaria and asks her why there's a rumor out there that she has a sugar daddy. And Aquaria says, where did you hear that? From somebody in this room? Or in New York City? And Cracker said, in New York City. And she goes, well, you know, when you look like $1 million, people think you have $1 million. I'm like, yeah, girl. I liked the answer. I did think that Ms. Cracker was trying to start something, although she did kind of back off right away, and crisis averted. It was all okay, but I thought we were going to have a little bit of a problem. And those two don't need any more trouble. Then to the confession cam, Aquaria says, those kind of comments really bother me because I work really hard for my money. You know, sometimes I'll do 2 shows on a Saturday night till 4 a.m. and then I get up and do a drag brunch on Sunday morning, and then I'll do another show Sunday night. Okay, that just stopped me in my tracks. What the hell is a drag brunch? And who wants to go with me to one of those? I want to go. That sounds like fun. All right, next is the main stage, and RuPaul comes out so fabulous. He has on this face mask, like a Blue Man Group kind of a covering, and this giant sort of visor, sunglasses, just looking fabulous as always. He introduces the judges again. We start with Michelle Visage. We've got Ross Matthews. From Dear White People, we have Logan Browning, and also the actress Tisha Campbell Martin. So for this next part, I'm just going to try and quickly show you the looks behind me because there are over 30 looks here with each one of these girls doing 3 different looks. I'm just going to have them showing behind me. First up is the Alaskan Winter Realness. We start with Mayhem, then it's Eureka, Monet Exchange, Cameron, the Vixen, Aquaria, Dusty Ray Bottoms, Monique, Blair St. Clair, who looks so pretty here. Her face is just gorgeous. Asia, and finally Ms. Cracker. Then we move on to Miami Summer Realness. And this is where they are all dressing with furs and like they're what's typically a winter look. And again, we start with Mayhem, and then Eureka, Monet, Cameron, the Vixen, Aquaria, Dusty Ray Bottoms, Monique Hart, Blair St. Clair, Asia O'Hara, and Ms. Cracker. And finally, the Martian Eleganza Extravaganza looks. Again, starting with Mayhem Miller, Eureka, Monet Exchange, Cameron Michaels, the Vixen, Aquaria, Dusty Ray Bottoms, Monique Hart, Blair St. Clair, Asia O'Hara, and Ms. Cracker. Okay, now after this show, I don't know who is going to be in the top 3 or the bottom 3 or safe. I thought they all did a really good job, and these looks were pretty cool. After the judges deliberate, RuPaul calls them back out and tells Mayhem, Eureka, the Vixen, Monique, and Blair that they're safe for the week. They leave the stage, and then we find out that the top 3 are Cameron Michaels, Aquaria, and Ms. Cracker. And the bottom 3 are Monet Exchange, Dusty Ray Bottoms, and Asia O'Hara. Asia starts crying when she was being critiqued and they told her that her looks just weren't good enough. She said, you know, I think I spent too much time helping other people. And RuPaul asked, well, who did you help? And she said, well, I helped a lot of the girls. And everybody else who was still on there said everyone. She helped everyone. And she's just crying, and they're like, well, that was nice of you, but you see how you kind of ruined it for yourself by not giving yourself enough time. But it was sad. And I thought it was sweet that the other girls kind of rallied around her to say, yeah, she helped every single one of us back there. Okay, so RuPaul says, Aquaria, congratulations. You're the winner of this week's challenge. And she wins $10,000 gift certificate to somewhere and also wigs or something. I don't know how many. I don't remember what that was. A year's supply of wigs? I don't know what it was. Something about wigs. And it's Dusty Ray Bottoms and Monet Exchange who are up for elimination. So yeah, I felt bad because I like both of them. There's really nobody on here that I don't like or I think should go home. They all, at some point or another, I mean, I like all of them. Well, the Vixen scares me. But I don't not like her, and I actually think she's good. I think she's pretty, and I think she does a good job, you know? Okay, so this week they are lip syncing for their lives to Pound the Alarm by Nicki Minaj, and it just needs to be said. Monet Exchange killed it. This is the first time that I felt like one girl just blew away the other girl. Like I said, I don't know how much it means to win or lose the lip sync battle, but I know who won this lip sync battle, and that was Monet Exchange. She was hilarious. I mean, just hilarious. At one point, she made this face like she was gonna drop down into the splits, and then she didn't do it at the last minute, and she's like, mm-mm. All the judges were just dying with laughter. And then she does jump down into the splits later, so it's not like she couldn't do it. I mean, she brought it. I felt bad for Dusty Ray Bottoms. I could hardly look at her because I was mesmerized by Monet. Anyway, RuPaul says, Monet Exchange, Shantae you stay. And Dusty Ray Bottoms, sashay away. I do feel bad for Dusty, especially because we just got her backstory last week and it was so sad. And I just, had all the feels for her. But, we got to lose somebody every week. And this time I really wanted Monet Exchange to stay. So we got our little lipstick message on the mirror from sweet Dusty Ray Bottoms, and that's where this episode ends. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. I hope you will join me next Thursday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of RuPaul's Drag Race. Bye-bye.